Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Yeah, I got two questions or suggestions for the Browns. When are they going to get Phil Dawson over here to help Cade York? And when are they going to put Jim Brown's initials and or his number on the jerseys to honor him? Thanks, and go Browns.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Jacob, they had Phil Dawson had talked and done that with Cade York last year. I don't think it's anything that Cade York's got to figure it out and kind of get out of his own way, if you will. And anything the Browns do to honor Jim Brown that is a big statement, I'm all for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with Cade York, it's all in his head right now. There's something about the way that he is kind of striking the ball at the last minute that forces it to just push right, because off of his left foot just about every time, it seems like he's striking it correctly and it's going down the middle. And then kind of as it peaks up, it just pushes right. And I'm not really sure if that's something that you can, if it's a coaching thing. It feels like to me it's just in his head. As soon as he gets on the field and it's an actual game, he just can't figure it out, because he's making every kick in camp from everything I've seen. He made all of his kicks in the joint practice with the Eagles. And then, he gets out there on the field. We'll see what happens tonight. But I think for him, it's up in his head. And when it comes to Jim Brown, I think you're absolutely going to see something week one. I don't see any situation where you can't. I heard today that the NFL wasn't in favor of something with him being at the midfield logo, which is kind of weird. So that's why that was not an option. But I would think a patch and probably a decal on the helmet, because I agree with you. Nothing's enough to honor Jim Brown. Just everything you feel is comfortable. Let's do it.
Yeah, I didn't hear that about the league. I would have put the 32 on the orange helmet and done that. But what are your thoughts? We talked a little bit about it. Cade York, competition. I don't know that helps. I don't think they're ready to move on from him. So if you're bringing in a veteran, why are you doing it?
Yeah, I had that question, like, is the lack of competition the reason he's struggling? And I don't think so. That doesn't seem to make a ton of sense to me. I get the point, like, make him think there's a consequence to playing poorly, that he could actually get benched. So I understand that aspect of it. But honestly, it feels like it's in his head right now. Maybe bringing competition might not be a good thing. It might be the absolute wrong thing to do. And I know I said it last week that we should do it, but maybe, there's a reason they continue to say no. And I will admit, this is the time to let him try to figure it out. You have 2 more games. Run him out there as often as you can in those games. Let him get those in-game kicks. See what happens. He's just got too much leg talent for them to completely, cut ties and move on. And I think they see it, how they won week 1 last year, and think, hey man, if we can continuously get a guy like this to be a difference maker like Justin Tucker is for the Ravens, they're going to try everything and give him every shot they can. But if it costs a game early on, I think you'll see him move on at that time.
Yeah, you cannot lose games because of your field goal kicker when you have the expectations that the Browns do. You can't. If you're expecting 3 points, you need the 3 points.